Here come the entertainers, the crowd really want to see the two teams, Wigan and Leeds, for the 1994 Silk Cut Challenge Cup final. If Leeds are to lift their first trophy in 16 years, then that front row of Harmon, Lowes and Howard must bear the brunt of the Wigan attacks. And if they can, behind in Kevin Iro, they have a player who's more than used to scoring at Wembley. Alongside him, Craig Innes, making his debut in one of three All Blacks. Gary Schofield looking for the first winner's medal. They'll be the ones attempting to create the openings. And if those openings do come, then Ellery Hanley, 25 tries this season, will be the man to take advantage. Wigan have Tuinga Marler and Mather making their debuts, but for the rest, it's almost a home fixture. Those powerful props, Kelvin Skerritt and Andy Platt, they're capable of making a lasting impression on a few Leeds defenders. And one who could make an impression, 17-stone Vainga Tuinga Marler. And one man who's already left his mark here at Wembley in the past, try-scorer supreme, Martin O'Fire. But I do think that the man responsible for directing affairs in midfield and making sure that the ball gets to those wings will be Martin O'Fire. Martin Dermott eats Yorkshire puddings. Well, we'll see. The long kick-off, as expected, and straight away, Steve, tactical kick from Leeds.
Definitely a tactical kick. They're offside, Louise, and you'll find that they knew the kick was on because they're all up there very quick.
Yes, they could not encroach within 10 metres, but James Lowes perhaps a little excited in these early stages.
You'll see they're all inside the 10 metres here. There's Harvey Howard, he's up too quick. You've got to give him 10 metres and let him allow to run the ball back that 10 metres.
And it's Andy Farrell, the big teenager, putting the kick to touch. Leeds were obviously wanting to keep Wigan in their half so they didn't get a roll on in these early stages. And here is one man with a roll on, Andy Platt. The dummy. To Dennis Betts, he's had a succession of injuries this season, but back to his best. Edwards once again calling the tune in midfield. Oh, and it's Mather racing for that corner. Wigan always start off very, very quickly, very, very strongly. Here they are again. Dean Bell. Many a time they've killed off a side here at Wembley in the opening 10-15 minutes. Edwards, kick for Tuinga Marler. Oh, well taken there. Superbly taken by the youngster Francis Cummings. That's beautiful play. Alden, can he go into the field goal? Good recovery. But what a take there, Steve.
That was a great take for a young lad. Francis Cummings is the youngest player ever at Wembley. Under pressure, he done very good.
And that will really have put confidence into the Yorkshireman, Alan Tate, as Leeds move it from left to right. With Schofield, Holroyd, that's a good long ball to Iro. What a slip from Iro. Dermott, he's got Mather with him, but good cover tackling again from the youngster, Graham Holroyd. End to end in these opening minutes. That's a conservative estimate. I would think there's about £5 million worth of talent on this field. Two of the most glamorous sides in world rugby. Edwards to Botica. Botica looking for the gap. Well covered by Hanley. Interesting to see Ellery Hanley there coming across behind the line. Oh, and that, well, could possibly have been a penalty. Tuinga Marler. Wigan coach John Dorey. And Francis Cummings, the youngest player. 5 metres from this Wigan line. Holroyd to Schofield. Puts that long pass out there to Richards. He's got Cummings on the outside. Well held. Well held by Tuinga Marler. Still the Leeds pressure. Hanley. Holroyd. Little chip kick. Connolly to the rescue. Good full back play. Gary Connolly. He came here as a 17 years old. Alex Murphy took a gamble with him. Much more mature play now. Gary Connolly. And Martin O'Fire trying to make some space. Allen! Martin O'Fire! He's got Alan Tate to beat on the outside. And shoot, he's
this is a sign of a great play. Your team's under pressure, you're in your own 22, all of a sudden there he's bumped off Neil Harmon. He comes out now. Tate does well here to try to dictate which way Martin's going to go, but Martin the Fire is just too quick for Alan Tate, and that's just a perfect athlete there. Good work, Martin the Fire.
Scarrett. These big forwards will be wanting to pace themselves in this heat. 80 minutes is a long time to go. No doubt we'll see the substitutions coming on. Edwards, Botica finds Dean Bell, looks for Connolly. Connolly, oh, typical move, seen it done many times. Gary Connolly coming down the outside, back to Edwards. Again, another testing kick for Alan Tate. Has to come forward for this. He's missed it. Oh, and it's picked up by Farrell, and he's in. Andy Farrell, lurking, loitering with intent, I suppose, picks up the kick. It's 8-0 to Wigan. Wigan have two chances, they strike twice and they're in the lead. It's his 11th try of the season and they don't come much easier than that.
You'll see the kick from Edwards. Now, the kick was good, but the chase was even better. Everyone was onside. Andy Farrell's come there from the mistake off Tate, and for a young lad, it's a great try under the post.
The beauty of this kick, Steve, by Shaun Edwards was that it wasn't too deep. It brought Alan Tate forward. You can see, as he goes up, he misses it. It's all over. It's a try.
There was a lot of pressure on him, Ray, and that's the difference. If you put pressure on people, they come up with mistakes.
And Farrell can't believe it.
Fell straight into his arms.
So, what should be an easy kick for Botica, but kicks at Wembley, never really easy. But this one is, it's 2 points from the man whose name has become synonymous with goal kicking. 10 points to 0 for Wigan.
That was silly play from Kevin Iro. They're down 10-0 and you don't need to put yourself under pressure losing the ball on the first tackle in your own 22.
Clark. Bill Clark driving in. He's a fit lad. He and his brother run a fitness centre in St Helens, so he'll have no trouble with the heat. And a penalty to Wigan. And here we'll have a good view of it, Steve.
Yeah, here it is. Mercer's in the way there. He was in the way of Dermott. Then Lowe's has dived around the outside there, and it's a penalty. You'll see here the slow motion come around. He's on now. Lowe's, he wasn't marking straight, and consequently got the penalty against him.
Front of Botica. There's an example of the accuracy straight between the posts. 2 more points from the Kiwi, keeps the Wigan fans happy. 12-0 to Wigan, and Leeds, Steve, with everything to do now.
They have it 12-0 down at half-time against a team like Wigan. It's an uphill battle.
Botica. Being crowded out by Messrs Hanley and Mercer. Shaun Edwards to Dean Bell. Bell, a good ball to Barry John Mather, but that's a good cover tackle. Copybook scrum half-play from Gary Schofield, coming across behind the front line of defence, but well picked up by Edwards. Back to O'Fire. Wigan looking to move it. Skerrett with the dummy. And a good charging run from this powerful prop forward. Connolly. Tribute to the fitness of that Wigan number one. 1 minute making a last-ditch tackle on Fallon, the next coming away with the ball. Shaun Edwards again trying the chip kick, picked up well by Alan Tate there, almost obstructed by the referee, but there is the hooter. Leeds trailing by 12 points to 0, but they've certainly been in this game as far as Wigan are concerned, but it was those strikes by Wigan that really did the damage. So it's Leeds then to restart. Shaun Edwards, Farrell brings it away. Leeds defence must be sure now in this opening 10 minutes of the second half. Kelvin Skerritt, the Wigan pack probing for weaknesses. Mr Campbell calling the Leeds side back 10 metres. Phil Clark. Platt. Back to Edwards. Again, testing Cummins, but it stands up well for him. Innes not had many running chances on the outside, just had to take a few balls there inside, and here's one man, Harvey Howard. Oh, the support wasn't there, it should have been, but that could be another 6 tackles. Martin Dermott, number 9, the tackler there, touched it. And it is another 6 tackles to Leeds. So, fortunate now, Ellery Hanley driving in.
Well, you heard what Dougie Lawton had to say at half-time. John Dorahay, the Wigan coach, told his players they need to consolidate the advantage that they've got, and to do that, they need to keep the ball to get more possession. So he's not entirely happy, is John Dorahay.
Wigan's turn to backpedal now here in defence. Lowe's. Wigan's defence very tight around the play of the ball. The 2 markers there moving either side, but already the touch judge, Mr Blunden, spotted something there. And Mr Campbell wanting the players to go right back. And it looked to me like number 12, Farrell, interfering again. And here we can see it is Farrell. What's that right hand? No need for it. Rather silly from the youngster. Left-footed kicker. And Leeds get the points they need. The confidence boost from the younger Holroyd. 12 points to 2 for Wigan, and at last a chance for those Leeds fans. Wigan being tested, the cup holders, the short pass to Mercer. Iro. Martin Dermott down in midfield, hit off the ball I think, but he's up. It's tough out there now. Schofield. Not to the player intended, I think, but Alan Tate makes good work out of it. Alan Tate looks for his wingman, can't find him. Good tackle by Tuingamala, covered by Edwards, but it's Leeds now. Going forward, Craig Innes driving in. And the 5th tackle. The high one from Schofield. Oh, it's hovering just in front of that line. It's a good one. Picked up by Leeds again. Knowles. Can he get it out to Fallon? It's Fallon going for that corner, and Fallon is there! Oh, that's the try that Leeds wanted! Jim Fallon, the former Bath hero, suddenly sets this stadium alight, and have we got a game on our hands now? Leeds have thrown the gauntlet down. Jim Fallon, 16 tries this season, just 2 years in the game. And a good try, Steve.
Great try. Schofield, another good kick. Once again, the chasers are there. Put pressure on Connolly. He's come up with the error. Now, they get the ball. Lowe sees the gap out wide. Fallon unmarked. Gets out to Jim Fallon. And Fallon is strong and powerful and straight to the corner. Good try.
Hanley. Hanley with a half break. Gets it to Schofield. Good tackle there by Martin Dermott. Alan Tate. The fight back, now on by Leeds. Schofield. The kick, putting pressure on Gary Schofield, on Gary Connolly. But he does well, he masters it. They're taking a knock. Oh, there's blood coming there. We'll have to go to the blood bin, I think. Possibly caught a stud. But the Leeds fans now roaring at every tackle being made by Leeds.
Here's Connolly. It's great play to get out of his in-goal area here because he was under pressure. I think maybe Mercer might have just caught him on his thigh there.
And Jim Fallon picks that ball up again. He gets it inside to Schofield. And Schofield's run for the corner. And Gary Schofield, he's in at the corner. It was Jim Fallon who picked it up. And Leeds are really back now. I don't think their fans can hardly believe it. What a cup final this is. Tries being picked up out of nothing. Won by the poacher, Gary Schofield himself. Only 9 this season, but what a one.
They're back in it now. Here's Barry John Manor. He drops the ball in the tackle. A great tackle from Hanley. Now Fallon, he looks for it to get it inside there. Schofield always backing up. Palms off Dermot there. Scores a great try.
Edwards, Mather. Can he get it to Tuingamala? Tuingamala takes Cummings on the outside. Good tackle by the youngster. Two good battles on the wings here. Fallon under fire, Tuingamala and Cummings. Mick Cassidy has developed well this season, this youngster. Oh, and no need for that from Harvey Howard. Rather silly, and it's a penalty chance to Botica, and that could be vital as far as the destiny of the Silk Cut Challenge Cup. Silly, Steve.
It is silly. You see that Mick Cassidy throws the first punch, and then Harvey retaliates, and then the penalties for pulling headgear off. I think the whole situation's a bit silly there. The penalties for that one was a bit of a punch-up.
31 metres out. Perfectly struck by the master marksman. Botica, he'll gratefully accept those points every day of the week. 14-10 for Wigan. Harvey Howard. Leeds driving in, Ellery Hanley bounces off a couple of tackles. Oh, but he loses the ball. That's a bad loss. Picked up by Botica, and I think Gary Mercer was a little frustrated there at losing that ball by Hanley. Mick Cassidy. Good run by Cassidy. He's got a fire outside him. Now then, surely no one will catch a fire. Not even Jim Fallon. He races in. Try number 2 for Martin Offiah. Half the length of the field. This superb athlete, but all credit to the man who put him away. Mick Cassidy, the sweetest of passes from the forward. 32 tries this season. Martin Offiah.
You see good work, Mick Cassidy here. Now his fresh legs, he runs right around and he gets around Harmon, who's tired. He's been on there all game. Now the second good part here, Mick Cassidy sees that Offiah's outside him. As soon as he spots Martin, doesn't bother running any further. He says, here, you had the ball. I know you can get there. And there's Martin Offiah in for his second try.
And used to putting them between the uprights like that. Another 2 points from the goal kicker extraordinaire from Botica. Schofield. Again, tackle by Cassidy around the ankles. Copybook stuff. Iro. Ennis. Tuingamala plays on. Schofield's across there. It's still picked up by Tate, but he loses it. And Tuingamala, his strength, his power. Oh, he almost gets there. Good play there by the ex-All Black. Desperate defence here now by Leeds. Suddenly, a mistake puts them under the pressure. Wigan on the attack. Betts. He's got Edwards outside him. Chooses to get it to. It's out to Panaper. Sam Panaper. He'll go in himself. The substitute, Sam Panaper, is delighted with that try. He's had a superb season, the Sam Panaper. Very often he's the fall guy in this Wigan side, often the substitute, but never fails to deliver the goods. And just look at that, 20 tries this season.
Yeah, all the lead-up work was done by Twiggamala. He's a dummy half there. Now you'll see Betts takes it up. Now what's the quick hands from Boddicker here? Good quick hands straight out to Sam Panaper, took the ball behind him and run onto it very hard.
Another 2 points from the trusty boots of the Kiwi, taking Wigan out even further now, 26 points to 10. Just 3.5 minutes and then John Doherty will have completed the job. Connolly using the fire to good effect. Can this man pick up the first hat-trick at Wembley? Gives it to Twiggamala. He's charging for the line to Edwards. Perhaps he should have gone himself, but John Edwards was calling for the ball. Mr. Campbell wanting Schofield to come off it. Here's a fire to Cassidy. Wigan still hungry for a further try. Edwards, Skerrett, out wide, Andy Platt, Gary Connolly. Oh, he finds Boddicker, he's just held up. Last-ditch tackle there from the Leeds defence. Let's give credit to Leeds, they're still battling away here. No way are they surrendering. Phil Clark, a dummy drop. The fire, the knock-on. Now then, Francis Cummins, the 17-year-old. Will he have something to remember his first Wembley with? He's been tracked by Dean Bell, but he makes it. Oh, a wonderful try from the youngster. We've had everything this afternoon. The 17-year-old, the youngest lad to play at Wembley, and he gets a try like that. He took his chance, all credit to him. I think we'll see more of him in the future.
There was a mistake there, Martin the fire. There was a bad pass in the first place. Martin just knocked on. Francis Cummins has picked the ball up and then he's going flat out. I think it's a good finish for the young lad. I think he's probably struggled a bit all day at this level. His first Wembley, but that'll do him the world of good.
Holroyd. And there it is. It's all over. The 1994 Silk Cup Challenge Cup winners once again. Wigan for the 7th successive occasion, but they've had to fight for it. Leeds have given them a battle royal. Jim Fallon, the try that sparked the revival. Gary Mercer put some good runs in, but that man, Mick Cassidy, he was responsible for the fires. Second try, and there he is, the man of the match, Martin Offiah. 2 lethal strikes that only Offiah can do. The strength of Twiggamala. Tremendous battle between the youngster and the ex-All Black. And there it is, the trophy that cost £60 in 1897. Once again going back to the trophy cabinet at Central Park. Dean Bell, Wigan the winners, Silk Cup Challenge Cup 1994. And the question is, who can ever take it from them?